national headlines, Attorney General Pam Bondi delivering remarks today on an effort to combat political violence. This comes as a Democratic Attorney General candidate in Virginia is facing calls to drop out for text messages about the shooting of a former state lawmaker. The National News Desk, Taylor Murray, has more.
Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing on Friday charges against a man suspected of threatening to kill conservative political commentator Benny Johnson.
We've been living through a horrific cycle of political violence in this country.
Bondi said Johnson was targeted for his conservative political views, referencing last month's assassination of political activist Charlie Kirk.
Just days after Charlie's assassination, Benny received a letter at his home. The author of this letter made it very clear that he hated Benny because of his views, and he wanted Benny dead.
Friday's announcement comes days after the arrest of a man ahead of a mass at Washington's St. Matthew's Cathedral to be attended by the Supreme Court justices. He was armed with 200 explosives and a notebook, including expressions of animosity towards the justices.
Unfortunately, it's a continuation of a string of violence that has just kind of become normalized.
That string of political violence includes last year's assassination attempts on President Trump, April's arson at Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's residence, and the assassination of a Minnesota state lawmaker and her husband in June. The issue of political violence is front and center in Virginia, where the Democratic candidate for Attorney General is facing calls to resign following the release of violent text messages.
The Washington Post confirms Jay Jones sent texts that imagined shooting the Republican Speaker of the House.
Now the Democratic frontrunner in the governor's race, Abigail Spanberger, is taking the heat for not telling Jones to end his campaign.
He has said that he wants to murder his political opponent, and not only that, but his political opponent's children.
The voters now have the information, and it is up to voters to make an individual choice based on this information.
A Harvard Capps Harris poll released this week shows that 72% of voters say political rhetoric is leading to violence, and 64% believe it's social media that's encouraging political violence. I'm Taylor Murray reporting.